Hey, this is Life with Sean Renee here, back with another video. Like, comment, subscribe. More videos on the way. I'm period. This video is about breakups. Let's watch the video.
I'm officially single, so cheers to that. Who thought I would turn to drink? Joking, not doing that, just having a bit of fun. On a serious note, I did not think I would be making this video, but here we are again. Your girl single and not ready to mingle. But sadly, life works in mysterious ways, so here we are. The whole situation is still just a bit mad. Like, you envision your whole life with this one person. Don't get me wrong, he is someone that will forever hold such a special place in my heart. I haven't cried, but I feel like I'm going to now that I'm making this. Stop that, bitch. Like, when I tell you he was genuinely my best friend, he was. Anything or anything, he was the first person I would always go to. I've said before, I will genuinely fight as much as I can for the person that I love and care for. Though I genuinely have no fight left to give. It's not reciprocated and the love isn't enough anymore. I have to know when to stop. Sadly, in this case, that's just exactly what I did. If I don't laugh, I'll cry, so leave me be. It's so sad because in this day and age, just love isn't enough now, and I don't know how to process that. Obviously, there's a lot more to it, care, support, etc, etc. But love is the fundamental thing that goes into a relationship. So if that's not enough, I don't know what else I can do. So I've got to step back. And sometimes it's okay that love isn't enough. And in this case, it wasn't. And I'm fine with that. It doesn't mean I've stopped caring about him. It doesn't mean that I've stopped loving him. I've just let him go. And that was the best decision I could have made. Fuck's sake, I'm in the middle of my makeup. Genuinely like the let them theory. If they don't want to be in your life, let them. If they don't want to stick around and they want to leave, let them. If they don't see a future with you and don't want to work things out, let them. I am not in control of that, and I never will be. I am in control of are my own feelings and what I do now. The last thing I will do is let it defeat me like it did last time. I'm not going back to that freaking dark place. I'm going to pick myself back up and we're going to be totally fine. If you're going for a breakup, we're in this together. I've got my girls behind me and I've got my family. And really in this scenario, that is quite literally all I need. To give you a little piece of advice that I had learned today. That is, relationship is like a puzzle. Hundreds of thousands of pieces that you have been putting together to fit for years. Until you get to the very last piece and that piece just isn't fitting whatsoever. Built something up for years on end and that one piece just is not fitting. There's actually nothing you can do about it. You can't force it. Even though you have been trying for years, it just doesn't fit and it doesn't work out. It is what it is at the end of the day. You can't change it, you can't fix it, you can't force it. And that is quite literally a relationship. Sometimes means it hasn't worked out and there's nothing wrong with starting all over again. Then maybe next time that bit will fit. Look who's crying now, dickheads. You just have to remember this isn't forever. In like a year's time, maybe even a couple of months of time, this will just be another day. It will be just another day that has passed. And yes, it hurts right now, but I can guarantee in the future, this isn't going to bother you as much as you think it bothers you now. Yes, our little love story has come... Yeah, our little love story has come to an end. There's a chapter in my life that is now finished and closed. But to see the positive side, this just opens up room for me to create just a new chapter of my life and I guess start from scratch. So here we are. I've got no fucking clue what I am doing. We just have to stay positive and we will find our spark back. Join me on the journey, I guess. I'm going to document a fair bit. So I'm just going to, do some things that will hopefully bring it back. Anyway, I love you all. Bye.
That was the best advice I would have said. Let's move on to the next video.
Normalize posting why you broke up on the internet.
Okay, I think enough time has passed that I can tell you guys the crazy story of why and how my ex and I broke up. So, my ex moved from interstate to live with me. And so he didn't really know anyone else that wasn't my friend in our town. So, we were talking about getting married. We were talking about spending our lives together. I thought we were getting engaged in like the next 6 to 12 months sort of thing. And then this woman named Joanne moves in next door. Now, it took us a while to warm up to Joanne because she was a little bit vague about her past. Like, we would ask her where she was from and she would kind of dance around the question. We would ask her, like, if she's married, she would dance around the question. She just wasn't very forthcoming with information about her past. But we were like, oh, None of our business. Maybe there's some trauma there. Good for her. But she seemed pretty lonely. She didn't really know anyone in town either. So the three of us would hang out. We would do things together. We really started to trust Jo. We'd hang out all the time. Another strange thing about Jo is that she had a chemical burn to her eye, a chronic injury, right? It was a long time ago. It was healed and she should have been wearing an eye patch. But instead, she would just tape cotton, a new piece of cotton to her face every day. Very strange. Anyway, the relationship kind of turned from like the three of us being friends and her and I being closer to her messaging my boyfriend more and stuff like that. But I wasn't super worried about it because he's a friendly guy and whatever. So one day I go on a work trip and my boyfriend's like messaging me a little bit less than usual, but still messaging me. And I come home and he's gone and all of his stuff is gone. And I'm like, what the? So I start calling his family. I start calling my family. I start calling our mutual friends. I start calling anyone I can think of because he's not answering. And I'm like, where has he gone? Does anyone know where he's gone? And some people were like, we can't tell you that. It's not for us to disclose. I'm like, okay, so this is weird. He's plotted something crazy, weird. What have I missed here? Like, I'm like blaming myself, blah, blah, blah. And I had tried to text Joanne next door, Jo, and she didn't reply. And I was like, she always replies to me. This is getting mad sus. So about 2 weeks later, I go over to her house and I knock on the door and a man answers. I've never seen a man over there. And I say, hi, is Jo home? And he says, Joanne? Yeah, she was the previous tenant, right? And I was like, she's moved out? He's like, yeah, she moved away with some blonde guy. I was like, do you have a forwarding address? He says, yes. He gives me the address. It's only an hour away. I drive there. Sure enough, both of their cars are there. They're living together. They're together now. So I don't know where she come from. I don't know where she go. But if it hadn't been for Cotton Eye Joe, I'd been married a long time ago.
What do y'all think about this video? This is crazy. You comment below. This is Life with Sean and I'm out. Bye.